Hi guys, Dini here. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a great day, and if you're not, I hope this video will be able to cheer you up, even if it's just a little bit. And if you are a returning subscriber, I want to thank you guys for watching last week's video and clicking the subscribe button. It means so much to me, so thank you guys so much for the support. I know in that video I mentioned that I would be uploading Sims content consistently, so here's this week's Sims video. I actually originally wanted to get this out on Monday since last week's video was uploaded on a Monday, and I figured that Mondays could be like my Sims related content day, but just like with my first video last week, I had a lot of technical difficulties with this one. So until I either fix my desktop or figure out what's wrong with this relatively new laptop that I've been recording and editing this video on, I can't really promise the videos to come out on the same day each week, because I can't really predict what technical problems I'm gonna experience when I record the next vid, so I do apologize for that. But the one thing that I can promise you is that I will be uploading at least one new video per week. What day they'll come out on is always gonna be a surprise, but at least the fact that something will come out every week won't be a surprise. So hopefully that will be fine with you guys. So with all of that being said, let's get to actually talking about this build and the Sims that I created to live here. I had a lot of fun making this house and the Sim that lives here, whose name is Iris Green, as you guys saw in the little character intro section of the montage. And as I listed in that character intro, Iris is an author. So she primarily writes romance novels, but she also writes self-help and motivational books. I actually did play with her a little bit after I built the house, which is quite rare for me because usually I just make the Sims and then build their house and then never actually play the game. But this time around, I really wanted to play with her because I really just fell in love with the character and the background story that I came up for her. So rather than just cheating her skills and accomplishment with the so handy mod that is MC Command Center, I actually wanted to really play with her. And as you may have noticed, this house does have items from packs that I didn't have in my last video, and that's actually because my sister have gifted me 3 new expansion packs, so thank you so much to her for that. I got the packs University, Seasons, and Get Together, which are the 3 packs that I've been wanting for so long. So I was super excited to use the new build items for this build, and I wanted to use as many of them as I can in a way that would still make sense for this relatively small house. But anyway, going back to talking about the wonderful Sim that is Iris, I did make her go to university since I really wanted to play with that pack, and I also felt like it made sense for her background story. So she graduated from Foxbury Institute with a distinguished degree in psychology, which kind of explains why she enjoys writing motivational books. So I imagine that she actually dreamed of becoming a school counselor when she was younger, but she's also always loved writing, and when she was in college, she wrote a lot of romantic stories during her free time to kind of like de-stress herself from all the schoolwork. And she ended up submitting a lot of those stories to writing contests, and she won many of them. And I imagine it was from there that her work got noticed by a publisher, and that's kind of like how her writing career started. So she ended up getting her first ever book published when she was still in college. So she changed her career plans and decided to just pursue writing. And she became pretty successful pretty quickly because I also imagine her already having somewhat of an online audience. Like, I imagine that she's probably a little bit of like an influencer and have been pretty well known online since her high school days. Like, she probably posted a lot of like vegetarian lifestyle related posts, and she gained her following through that. So when she published her first book, she was able to really promote that to her already existing online audience. So it was pretty easy for her to, I guess, get her name as an author out there. And speaking of her being a vegetarian, she does love cooking vegetarian dishes. So I imagine she also dreams of one day publishing a recipe book. And she also likes flower arranging. So I did include the flower arranging table in her patio, which you might have seen in the montage. And speaking of the patio, I do love the way it came out. I didn't want to clutter it too much with a bunch of different items. So other than the flower arranging table and a painting stand, I just mostly put seating areas on the patio because she probably spends a lot of time outside writing her books when the weather is all pretty outside. And inside the house, there's also a few, I guess you could call like work areas where she would go to work on her novels. So the dining table, for example, I did put a laptop there because I imagine she would spend a lot of time there. At first, I kind of questioned putting like a whole dining area at all since she is the only Sim living here, and there's already an island in the kitchen area, which is more than enough for like a dining area for one person. But since she does love cooking, I imagine she would throw a lot of dinner parties. So from there, I kind of justified putting a whole dining area for one person. And again, she also works on the dining table a lot when she doesn't feel like working upstairs in her bedroom / work area. So again, a dining room makes sense in that way. So the dining and the kitchen area is actually the biggest area in the house, which I feel like it makes sense for the sim. Her bedroom is actually really tiny, and it's not even really a room at all. It's more like a loft area because like there's no wall or door to actually separate the bedroom area to the rest of the house. So her bedroom area is a little bit cramped, and she only has a single bed. But I actually kind of like that for her because it kind of like fits with the cozy vibe that I tried my best for the house to give off. I really wanted this house to have that cozy in the middle of nowhere kind of feel, and I think I succeeded with that, hopefully. Do tell me what you guys think about it. The overall style of the house is actually really different from the other 6 houses that I've built before this one. Like I mentioned in my other video, I've only ever built modern style houses before because I just find them easier to build, and they're also my favorite style of architecture. But I wanted to try something a little different this time around, and this style of house has also really been growing on me lately. I just love the idea of a smaller, cute, and cozy house where novelists spends all their day inside writing their next bestseller book. I just fell in love with that idea because honestly that's also like low-key my dream in life, to just like live in a tiny house in the middle of nowhere writing stories all day. So yeah, I definitely projected myself and my own goals into Iris and the house that I made for her. But anyway, speaking of tiny houses, did you all see that trailer for the new stuff pack? I currently don't own any stuff packs actually, because honestly none of them really appeals to me, and after really looking at like the cast and build stuff that comes in those packs, I really feel like a lot of them aren't really worth the $10. But man, that tiny living stuff pack though, that one definitely appeals to me, so I'll most likely be getting that pack when it comes out in like 2 weeks, and I'm so excited to build another tiny house using the build item that's gonna come in that pack, because the items look so good and they're pretty much exactly like my style. So yeah, I'm super excited for that. So with all of that being said, we are nearing the end of this build section, and before I go though, I do want to mention that I did randomize Iris's name, and I thought it was so perfect for her because like the iris of her eyes are green and her name is Iris Green. Get it? I just wanted to mention that because I thought that was really funny that she got that perfect name even though I just randomized it for her. And I also thought it's kind of funny that her name is Green, and green is her favorite color too, but she graduated from Foxbury and their color is red, not green like Brightchester. So she probably originally wanted to go to Brightchester, honestly, but only Foxbury offers a distinguished psychology program, so she kind of had no choice at that point. But yeah, just wanted to mention those fun little info before I go. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and like this build, and if you do, please leave a like and a comment, and I hope I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye.